This is one of the small crook areas where we're going to put one of the elbow joins. Don't join all the pieces together straight off, just attach the ends to one piece each, because you need to let it dry and you need to let it twist. You want it, when you put them all together, you want them all to sit flat. You don't want it sticking out at weird angles. So I'll show you that later on when I get to it. So yeah, for now just do each piece individually with one end. Don't join them completely, not till later. So yeah, we'll just do what we did last time, put a bit of thing on. I'm pretty sure that if this does get in your hands, it's going to stain. I've found that out. So yeah, just a little bit around the edge. Not too much, as you don't want it to stop the thing going on. Just carefully put it on. Maybe have something underneath to catch the drip so you don't stain the floor, which I've done. I've put a bit of paper at the bottom. Cool, that's on, nice and tight. Leave that to dry a little bit, and then on to the next bit. I'm going to not film the rest of it because there's no need to. So just do this for every piece. Remember, just don't join them until the end. I've just attached the ends to the staff, the main shaft. This one won't matter as much, so you can do that, when you do the other one or afterwards. It doesn't matter too much. Now, as you can see on the bit of paper here, that you'll need, to put the angles in different ways. So the first one will go the opposite way and all the others will keep going the same direction. Okay, I'll show you basically before I stick it on. Okay, say this bit is joining here, so it's going to go that way, and the other bits are going to keep joining in, going the same way with the same join direction. Whereas the first one will join onto the main shaft at the opposite angle to all the others, because you want the staff to go in that direction. Cool. This is where the fun begins, because you need to make sure everything is straight. You do not want it, one joint facing this way and the other one facing that way. Your staff will look crooked and, not right. Even mine, when I made it the first time, wasn't completely straight, but I'm happy with it. So let's give this a try. First, when you attach this bit, the 20.3 centimeter shaft to the actual proper staff part, make sure when you join them, this bit's going the opposite direction to this, not upwards like that. Make sure it's facing down so that the staff will curve around the right direction and not complete circle. So yeah, join it in like this with the angle facing down. Try to keep this as straight to, this angle as straight to the shaft as you can, and it'll save, it curving into weird opposite directions. Let's try this again and hope it goes in again, because it worked so well the last time. As you can see, now I've got this attached here. Try to keep it, as you can see, this is going to go a little bit of a weird angle because I didn't get it in exact. As you can see, this is going to go out this direction slightly. You want it as straight as you can with the pole. I'm going to have to try and fix this somehow. I was able to straighten this up because I did it very quickly. As soon as I put this in, I gave it a good yank and I got it straight. Eventually, this will turn out to look like this. So, along the angles, just keep following and it will curve around. That's why this bit here needs to be slightly different. The next part, you will want the 21.6 centimeter pipe to attach inwards like that. Remember, always try to keep this in line with the pole or it'll be crooked and look weird. Again, remember to make sure that you can try and get this point here as straight as you can with the rest of it. Next, you'll want your last piece with the hook. I ended up using the 12 centimeter for the end here because I thought the smaller bit in the end would be easier. You can switch these around if you want, but make sure you do it before you attach the end. So yeah, remember to try and keep this in straight with this, and then there'll just be the one bit on the end. I ended up using the 11 centimeter for the joint here. A bit of thingamajig around the edge. Close. then just stick this one in. And it will be the end. Okay. Cool, and you've just made the base of your staff. Yeah, the skeleton of a staff is now made. As you can see, it's pretty basic and looks pretty crap like this. But once you cover it up with everything else, it'll be fine. You also need to heat the part here, which I'll show you next. Hopefully it works, because I can't handle the blowtorch myself. So I'm going to try a candle or something and see if I can heat this enough so it can bend, you know, so it can be more of a that angle than that angle. And the staff will be, you know, curved more. I'm going to try heating it with just, you know, a little lighter thing. I don't know if it's going to work, but I'll just keep trying. I've put a little mark where I want to burn. I can't remember if I burnt this side or this side last time, so I'm just going to burn all around it and hope it comes through. I've heard that heating this with fire is dangerous to your health, but I don't really have anything else that can heat it at the moment, so I'm going to do it this way. So yeah, do it from just within this hook here, so you know, it curves from here and then starts going up like that. You know, burn it, but try to move it back and forward. I found don't hold it in one spot like I did. Yeah, and it'll curve around more like a hook should. There's the burn marks. I've burnt it too much there. As you can see, the plastic has kind of melted apart, and I've kind of, you know, horribly burned it. But don't worry too much. It will be covered with stuff. If you want, you can put something over it, like, I don't know, clay or something, to strengthen it a bit. But now we have a nicely curved hook. You've done what you wanted. Just hold it in place a little bit, because it's a little bit flimsy. And once it, you know, solidifies, it should be fine. So the next stage, you want to cover this in masking tape. Just a single layer would be fine, or you can bunch it up at areas at other spots. I'll show you as we go along. Okay, first, you want to just do the cap area, because that'll be the bit that has the most damage to it, such as the end of the staff here, because this will be hitting the ground all the time and you don't want it wearing through too much. So just start by just covering it, you know, different directions, cross, pattern, diagonal. Just cover the cap. Don't worry about the bits that are going to stick up in the edge, because you'll cover those later on with something else, you know, with some more mask tape. So just get strips about, you know, maybe a couple of inches, an inch long, just enough so you can cover the top, and just go over the edge slightly. Button it down as best you can. This is just going to be covering the cap bit. You'll cover the rest later on. Continue this process until the whole cap is covered. Just keep going with it. Just cover it as many times as you want, because this will be the base under which your thing will sit. When you're going along, try to get it, you know, when you put one strip down, just put it slightly to the next one, and then slightly to the next one, and so on, so you've got the whole thing covered, because, you know, you want it completely covered before you start doing the detailed stuff. End up covering the whole thing in tape, as you can see here. It's hard to move around. So yeah, just cover the whole thing. I ended up using about 10 centimeters or more to cover the whole top. Squish it down with your hand to shape it. Try and get it, you know, tight around there, because everything will just end up wrapping around it in the end. For now, it's just an undercoat, just so you don't see the end of the cap. Do this also for the other cap. Do the caps first, because as I said, it'll end up just covering over later on.